Hey, good morning. It is Monday. Listen, we're diving into the gifts that God gives us to support one another, to lift each other up. Out of the scripture, Romans 12:8, it talks about if it is giving, right? If this is your gift, because we're talking about all kinds of gifts, right? But today is giving. If this is your gift, God's saying, give generously. There was a beautiful story about a widow in the Bible in 1 Kings chapter 17. If you have time to read it, the widow of Zarephath, right? In this time of famine, okay, she gave her last bit of flour and oil to this prophet, okay, that God sent to her because he knew that she had a need. And it wasn't just the need, right, to live in that season. Her obedience released a miracle that sustained her household. Now, when it says sustained, listen, she obeyed God by serving this man of God, right? But what happens later is after they were eating and her flour and her oil, it never dried up, but it kept running and they were fine and they were good. Well, she has a son. Her son got sick and he died. But in the midst of this generosity, in the midst of her faith still growing, and she still had to believe in God for this miracle. Listen, she opened this door in the beginning to sustain them. That means what happened is when her son got sick and he died, the prophet took the son and offered him to God, prayed for him, brought the son back to the mother alive, y'all. She opened the door of faith to serve a man of God. And in return, her son lived. My God, the gift that keeps on giving. It is so much more than money. It's a heart posture of generosity, right? People with these gifts, though, they see needs and joyfully are able to meet them. Giving, it releases breakthroughs, not just for others, but for the giver too. Just like the woman of Zarephath, she was blessed by the health of her son. That she thought in the beginning when the prophet came to her house that they were going to die on their last meal. But because she made a sacrifice and served the man of God and served her and her son, they had more than enough. But the thing about the gifts is that we've been talking about this, they can be misused. When they're misused, giving can become self-glorifying or tied to control rather than led by love and faith. That's when we abuse what we have. But when you give from a pure heart, y'all, heaven responds. God multiplies generosity that flows from obedience. You never lose when you give in faith. You're not just giving to be seen. You're not just giving to control. You're not just giving, right, just to give. No, you're giving by faith from a heart posture of generosity because you see the needs in other people's lives. You're investing in eternity. So today, say, Lord, help me give freely without fear or pride, knowing everything I have belongs to you. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.